So today we're talking, ladies, about something that you will be probably really happy to hear. We're going to be talking about what's going on with your body the week before your period, and we're going to talk about hormones and all those changes that are happening in your body that affect your mood, your energy, and everything. Because if you've ever caught yourself thinking, why am I so hungry now? Why does everything feel so much harder? Why am I so moody? Especially in that like weird window before your period. That's something that you're not imagining, okay? That's something that is actually happening, and this is not something that you're making up. I hear my boyfriend sometimes say, oh, just don't pay attention to it. It's just period. I'm like, dude, you're not a woman. You don't understand what I'm going through right now, and you don't know how I feel. So please don't comment on this, okay? Because there are real hormonal shifts happening during this time that can impact your appetite, your mood, your workouts, and even your sleep. So today we are breaking down what's actually going on with your body the week or so before your period, and more importantly, we're going to talk about how to support yourself through this instead of punishing yourself or thinking that something is wrong, that you should be able to manage this, because really nothing is wrong with you. This is literally a must-listen podcast for you if you've ever felt off during cycle. And I will explain exactly why and what's happening in your body. So let's start first with what's actually going on with your hormones. Let's talk about the luteal phase. It literally kicks off right after ovulation and it leads right up to your period. This is when most of us feel quote unquote off physically and emotionally. There are two major hormonal players here. The first one is your estrogen. Estrogen is the hormone that drops off right after ovulation. And then you have a progesterone, which ramps up to prepare the body for potential pregnancy. Although you are not trying to maybe get pregnant, your body doesn't know that, right? So that's why these hormonal changes are happening. And here is what that shift in your hormones means. When your estrogen levels starts to fall, which can affect like your brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, like your happy hormones, that's where mood dips and anxiety creeps up, and that kind of like, you know, the black feeling, that's exactly what's happening in this phase. The progesterone on the other side is rising, is being elevated in this phase, which is the calming in small amounts, but too much of it makes you feel bloated, which is the feeling that we all know really well. You might feel a little bit more tired, you might feel constipated, and also you might feel heavy. I always feel like I just want to wear baggy pants because I just feel so uncomfortable in my body. Your body becomes slightly more insulin resistant as well in this phase, which can make blood sugar dips more extreme. Hello, cravings and hunger. And then also cortisol, which is your stress hormone, becomes more active. So you might feel extra sensitive. You might feel a little bit edgy, or like, you know, almost the smallest things just throws you off. So that's why your hormones are changing in this phase. So again, you're not imagining the fact that you don't feel good. It's just how it is. And it's literally those changes in your body that are happening. So when you're wondering why I am feeling like different person, this is it. Hormones are so powerful, you guys, and they are not just about reproduction. They affect your whole system. What you might feel and why in this phase, I want to talk about the symptoms now and what they really mean. So the one symptoms that all of us probably experience, or majority of us, I want to say, is your hunger, increased hunger and sugar cravings. Your metabolism actually speed up a bit in this phase. Most studies say that you burn around 100 to 300 calories per day in the luteal phase. Now, combine it with serotonin dropping, your happy hormone, and your brain starts scanning for dopamine hit. And typically that's going to be in form of sugary, high carb, salt, high fat, comfort foods. You're not going to go and try to eat broccoli and rice with chicken, right? You're going to feel like you want to have the chocolate, the cookies, those donuts, all these things. Now, I want to say this is not really about a lack of willpower. What I want you to do is eat regular meals with your protein, like your fiber, add to it then healthy fats, because that will help you to keep your blood sugar stable. And if you want to have the cookie, if you want to have the chocolate or something sweet, because I always go for sweet stuff, just have it. But pair it with something that is nourishing, like dark chocolate and almonds, so it doesn't send you into a blood sugar crash. Or you can have a Greek yogurt with some berries and with some almond butter, and then crumble some, a chocolate on it or something like that. Again, you're pairing that with a Greek yogurt, which is a protein. Then you have some healthy fats like almond butter. You can sprinkle that with maybe some chia seeds, maybe some hemp seeds, and just make a better meal from it and not just eating the chocolate bar on its own. Another symptom that you experience for sure, because I do and all of my clients do, is the energy drops. And also feeling like your workout just don't feel the same. You might find like your usual training feels way harder. I always know before my period, literally like 3 days before my period, I always know that I'm getting my period, because I show up at the gym and I just don't feel like I want to lift heavy. That's because you're shifting from carb efficient to fat-based fuel, which can feel sluggish if you're not used to it, but you're just going through these changes and it's normal. It's just something that it's going to pass. So you want to make sure that you're listening to your body and don't sometimes push through, right? Another thing also is that your progesterone also affects your coordination and balance. So you might feel a little bit off during your workouts. And really the tip for you I have is, again, like this is the time to lean into maybe some lower impact strength training, maybe more walking, maybe some mobility work, maybe some yoga instead. Or something, right? You can have more rest days around this week. It's okay, because you're not going to lose progress if you're going to skip 1 day or 2 days of training and instead going to go for a walk or do the mobility exercises or do yoga. There's just so many variations you can do to move your body without adding extra stress on your body. And it doesn't mean that you're lazy. It means that you are just listening to your body, and that's, in my opinion, win. Another symptom is zero bloating, water retention, and also digestive issues. It's very, very, very common, and I'm going to repeat this again. It's very, very, very common to gain anywhere between 2 to 5 pounds temporarily during this phase. And it has nothing to do with fat. You already know it, but you always freak out every time you step on that scale. So if it's like triggering you, just stay away from the scale around this time, because you know that if you're going to gain those 5 pounds, it's going to go away right after your period ends or even during, right? So don't step on the scale if it triggers you. It's just pointless. It's very normal. Some of my clients gain 5 pounds and we know it's going to be gone in a couple days. You also might struggle with slower digestion and more water retention, which is again normal because it's a response to raising your progesterone. And so what you want to do with this symptom, or the tip that I have for you, load up on potassium rich foods like bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, green leaves, things like that. You want to keep drinking your water and include some electrolytes because cutting water only makes it worse. And then also, again, focus on that movement that I've mentioned. Don't try to go hit PRs at the gym. Just go and maybe focus on walking or the stretching, the mobilities, because this will help your digestion and it also helps with the puffiness that you're experiencing. Another symptom that we're going to touch on is the moodiness and mood swings, low motivation, and just feeling like not really like yourself. Let's put it this way. With low estrogen and higher cortisol reactivity, your threshold for stress is just lower. It's just how it is. And you might cry very easily. You might snap at people or just want to hide in a hoodie. That's me. I sometimes cry like out of nowhere. Like I think my last period that ended like last week, I was literally crying for no reason. I was like, what is going on? I was like, oh yeah, I'm on my period. Never mind. The tip for you again in this phase, focus on eating magnesium rich foods, pumpkin seeds, spinach, dark chocolate, things like that, because they can help with both mood swings and also cramps that you might be experiencing. You need to really focus on your sleep. Don't ignore this factor. Sleep is crucial. Try winding down early and turning off screens at least 60 or let's say 30 minutes before bed. I always tell my clients 30 to 60 minutes. Get in the habit of maybe just reading book or listening a podcast or audiobook or something like that. But just make sure that you're not scrolling on TikTok with the blue light shining into your face right before bedtime, because you're gonna sleep like crap. Don't overbook yourself during this week. Like try to keep your schedule a little bit more free if you can. Maybe schedule some, white space in your day to decompress because you might need it. So now, next thing I want to talk about is how you can actually support your body through this phase. Let's shift from copying to supporting, okay? Number one thing that I really want to emphasize here is your mental and emotional care. I want you to plan ahead if you can. Batch tasks, avoid big social obligations if you're not in a mood, give yourself more quiet time. I typically know that I just want to be alone. I just want to watch Netflix and don't talk to people for 2 days, and I just want to be alone. Make sure you're getting sunlight in the morning to help regulate your circadian rhythm and serotonin, because again, we need that happy hormone. And maybe if you are someone who likes to journal, like I like to journal every morning, keep a journal to track the patterns. This really helps you to anticipate how you feel the next month. I also use my tracking app where I put all of my symptoms, and it always gives you predictions of like how your next month's gonna look like. And again, I'm gonna say this is not in our head. This is a real thing that not too many men understands. I know that there's a lot of like jokes about periods and girls being moody, but I think that by now my boyfriend already knows. And I usually tell him, hey babe, like I'm getting my period. Maybe just don't talk to me too much today, because even him breathing beside me sometimes drives me crazy. And it's horrible to say it, but I will admit it, and he knows it. I've told him that I'm just easily irritated around this time, and it is what it is. And I'm just trying to keep it together. But sometimes I just let him know, hey, I'm on my period. Maybe you want to go out with your boys tonight because I want to be alone. Another thing that I want you to do is when it comes to your nutrition, please do not skip your meals. It spikes cravings and messes with mood even more. I want you to add maybe some extra snacks if you're hungrier. Remember, your body burns around 100 to 300 extra calories around this time. So if you're hungrier, add an extra snack, high protein snack with carbs and some healthy fats. It will do the best for your body. It is going to be amazing. Again, I always say Greek yogurt, but I just love Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. And what I always do, this is actually a good tip that I want to give you. So if you like peanut butter and stuff, like I love nut butters, but they're just so calorie dense. So what I started doing is that I'll take 10 grams of the powdered peanut butter, the PB2, and then I add 10 grams of protein powder, and then I'll mix that together with a little bit of water and make like a little sauce. And that's what I pour over even my Ninja Creamy ice cream. I pour it over the yogurt bowl with some cornflakes, and it is the best snack because the sauce is just peanut buttery with like the protein, and it's just really, really good. So if you're looking looking for something like that, you can also pour it like all over your pancakes. That is amazing. And if you're following me on social media, you know that I sometimes post like what I eat in a day. And a lot of times people are like, what is the sauce? What is the sauce? So this is exactly the sauce. PB2 powder peanut butter, 10 grams of protein powder mixed with water. Delicious, delicious. So try that. And also maybe try to add some turmeric, ginger, or cinnamon to meals, because these help with inflammation and also digestion. So that's a little trick and tip there. Now, training modifications are important in this phase. If you feel great, just do whatever feels good for your body, but you want to keep moving. You don't want to like be like, I'm laying on the couch all day eating chocolate. Don't do that. Keep moving, but reduce volume or intensity if your body feels really tired. Instead of like I said, skipping it all together and then like ending the period with 10 extra pounds, that is probably not the best idea, so don't do that. But just maybe go for more walks, right? Do the like strength training session instead of hitting PRs. Maybe do a little bit of body weight, or just like use some machines, whatever. Or do the mobility and yoga, because that's gonna probably feel the best for your body. Now, this isn't about being less consistent, it's about being smartly consistent, okay? A lot of times we feel like, if I skip the gym, I'm losing all of my progress. Oh my God. But it's not true. Like if you are feeling like your body is just not feeling great, then just listen to your body's signals. I feel like we women just are really bad with listening to our body's signals. And then we are surprised that we are burning out. So don't do it, okay? Just 1 week of doing a little bit less is not going to really do anything. So if you've ever felt like you are failing right before your period, I want you to really pause and remember, your body is doing its job. If your husband doesn't understand it, don't try to explain it to him, because he's not going to understand. Because these changes are very normal, and we women understand that, and your job isn't to fight them, right? These changes are just happening. So just support it, understand it. Allow your hunger to guide you. If you're more hungrier, eat. Don't eat junk, you're gonna feel like shit, but eat something that is nutritious, and add to it something that makes you happy, like a piece of chocolate. Listen to your energy and your body. Adjust your workouts. Don't feel guilty. Support your mood, meaning get some rest, eat real food, get some sunlight, journal, listen meditation, go for nice walks by yourself. Just do what feels good to your body. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. That's not weakness. It's literally a strategy. Just be kind to yourself. So if this episode helped you feel seen or gave you some clarity, I would love to hear from you. DM me on Instagram and let me know what hit home. And if you know someone who, dreads their PMS week, maybe share this episode with them. But until next time, I'm gonna talk to you soon. Have the best day, and I'm excited for our next episode. Bye.